Ballerini went on stage last night in Philadelphia wearing an Eagles jersey. After having to reschedule 3 shows due to being sick with the flu, Kelsey returned on stage again last night for the first time. And even though she did still have to cancel her meet and greet because of her illness, she sounded incredible the whole time and played for the largest show she's seen this tour.
Not only are we celebrating a win, this is also the biggest show of the tour so far.
At one point, someone threw her a cowboy hat, which she immediately put on, of course. And she changed into the gunmetal jumpsuit. Then a couple fans got engaged in the front row. She also took the time to congratulate a fan on being 4 years cancer-free and send them a video. She then put on the black romper with the black high-low skirt, gave an incredible speech during the acoustic portion of her song about mental health and her struggle.
And y'all, last week I got sick, I got the flu. I really tried to push through a show in Buffalo and I couldn't do it. It was one of the worst nights of my whole life. If anyone here is feeling really held to a standard right now that maybe doesn't exist, maybe that you're putting on yourself, or maybe that very much so does exist because of the world that we live in.
She then went into a beautiful rendition of her song Homecoming Queen.
Hey, homecoming queen.
She removed the skirt and wore the full black sparkly romper before she added the black trench coat for the Penthouse finale.
Ladies, this is our time.
And I know she's not quite 100% yet, but it feels so good to hear her sing almost back to normal again. She sounded amazing. Kelsey's next show will be Thursday the 13th in Boston. Hopefully she'll be feeling well enough to host those meet and greets. If you or someone you know is going to be streaming, please tag yourself below and let us all know because we would love to follow along. And I gotta admit, after watching her shows a few times, I truly think that she's the queen of fan interactions. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, please.
This tour has been at the very tippity top of my bucket list for a very long time. And a lot of people have worked very hard to make it really special, hopefully, for you every night. And y'all, last week, I got sick. I got the flu. It happens. And I pushed through a show in Detroit feeling really ill. And then I slept for a day. And then I really tried to push through a show in Buffalo, and I couldn't do it. And it was like truly one of my biggest fears, because I did the show because I didn't want to let people down, and in turn, I sang 6 songs and let 10,000 people down. And I walked off stage, and it was one of the worst nights of my whole life. But don't worry, I talked to my therapist, and I'm okay. Netflix NyQuil therapist. But in all seriousness, I really physically struggled, but emotionally really struggled with that decision. And then I remembered this song that I had written about 5 years ago. That I wrote as a letter to myself to give myself grace to be human. And I don't know if anyone here is feeling really held to a standard right now that maybe doesn't exist, maybe that you're putting on yourself, or maybe that very much so does exist because of the world that we live in. But I decided that I wanted to sing this song tonight to remind myself that I'm allowed. And if you happen to know it or feel it, I really invite you to sing it with me. This is called Homecoming.